Hello everyone, this is my collection video and also my haunt video. Let's get started. First is the Sunstar slashing pumpkin. He is really cool and is a great bargain for only £13. He sold in 2024 at the range. One of his eye holes was poked in and I have a repair video on how to fix that on my YouTube channel. Next is the I Love Fancy Dress kicking clown. He's really cool, and for £18 you really can't go wrong. The animation is good and honestly quite violent. My only gripe is the hair, as it is very cheap. Next is the Morrison's 3-foot standing zombie from 2024. His batteries are dying in the video, he's not really that slow. He is super cool. He is made by either Partygears or Techie. I can't quite figure it out yet because Partygears has been using Techie's parts and frames recently. Because this does resemble the twisting zombie from Techie and has a similar snippet of audio, so that leads me to believe he's Techie. That usually means I'd say he has great quality, but he doesn't. If you've watched the video where I show how to break it, he breaks very easily. And then you have to snap it back in place, and once you snap it back in place, if you're lucky, it will work again. He'll also be a nightmare to repair, as you have to take the staples out of his legs to get the mechanism open. He cosmetically looks awesome. And it's unlikely he'll return again for Morrison's 2024, which is a shame, because he's great. Next up is the I Love Fancy Dress Flapping Reaper, from Sold Every Year, since 2018. He is soundless. Even though it's absolute terrible quality and is literally falling apart. Not mechanically though, this holds up beautifully mechanically. It's just the cosmetics and the wings are not holding up one bit. You'll know this was my first ever prop. And yeah, it's showing its age. It is 2 years old, which doesn't sound old, but for a Sunstar prop, that's quite a long time. It means that the wire here is broken, so I had to use some pneumatic tubing, made a makeshift hook, had to zip tie this back on. This is snapped. The wire is exposed here, and here it's just come off. So he's not holding up well, and the audio is broken too. That I didn't even take it off then, it just broke by itself, so yeah, that's pretty sketchy. Next up is the Range's 2024 Pop-Up Pumpkin Groundbreaker. If you know, this guy did break. So this is my second one. My first one fried. My second one, which is the one I'm on currently, mechanically broke. Luckily, I've got spare ratchets. because I modelled it up for my pop-up ghost, but then that fried, so I had a spare one lying around that I just put in it, and then I took that one out, and now I've got another spare one. So this guy's holding up very well once I'd made the improvements. He's working very well. If you watched the failed video, you noticed that the hand came off. But overall, yeah, he's pretty cool. I probably will be selling him this year to get the life-size version that has the clown inside, except I'll take out the clown, because he's awesome, but I'd want him to have more stature. Next up is the Morrison's 2022 3-foot doll. This is the 2024 version. She is absolutely awesome. Mine 2024 models are sadly very slow, which does take away from the effect, but it still delivers as a scare, and is, I believe, quite superior to the Asda version. I won't be selling her this year. I really like her. I might just try get, if the 2025 models are faster, I'll swap it. If not, I'll just keep this one. It's not worth the hassle. Next up is the Range 2014 Slashing Clown. He is cool, but very cheap. You're probably wondering how I got this when I started haunting in 2022. You probably thought like Facebook Marketplace or something, but in reality, this was just left over at a range store that by some miracle had remained. And in case you don't believe me, this was a 2014 prop. I kept the tags just because it's old. Look, not only was it £7, but it has all the old branding too. Pretty cool, but very, very bad quality, and I'm not sure the gears are doing too well based on the racket that they're making. Next up is Mini Gordo.
I'm coming for you. I see you. I will find you.
He is very cool. Not only is it a cheap version of, if you find him cheap, he's great. Not 50 quid worth though. If he's like a great replica of the actual Gordo, because I can't afford the real one, like with import fees. No way I'm paying 300 for a pop-up pumpkin prop. He's cool, very small. The phrases don't make sense. I'd rather just have him muted, but I can't be bothered to go and then chop the wires off. And I do kind of like it. It's very strange, but he's very cool. Oh, I forgot to mention, this was sold in 2023. I got mine in 2023. Due to the camera quality, I'm turning on my big light. That's why the lighting has changed. Next up is the Halloween Costumes Jumping Spider, or just Techie. I got this from Halloween Costumes. I got 2 of them. They both broke when I bought them. I mean, this was my first one, actually. This is my second ever prop. And it's the reason, this jumping spider is the reason I wanted to get into haunting in the first place. But I got this after like a month or 2 of use. It broke. Halloween Costumes was great about it, as they always are, and they sent me a refund. And with that money, I bought a second jumping spider. That one broke as well, so I got a refund on that too. After that, I just had no more jumping spiders, and so I was jumping spiderless for a long time. I fixed them both in the end, and they're now really great. If a little bit delayed, one of the springs is broken on this one, so it jumps a little bit slow. Next up is this piece of junk. This is the Slashing Reaper. I got this one for Amazon for £9, which is admittedly a good deal. I'm trying to get rid of him, so I'm selling him for £5. If you want him, let me know in the description. I can send him over to you because I don't want it. £5, good deal for an animated prop. He has no sound. I took it off because it was the "please let me out" sound, and I hate that one. So I'll only show a bit of his demo because it goes on for way too long. Next is my flagship prop, pretty much. The Halloween costumes, 8-foot floating phantom. I bought this literally just a week or two ago. The first one broke. Halloween costumes was great about it again, and they sent over a new one. This is the new one. It works fantastically and is honestly a good scare, even though it's not meant to be. Here's the demo. One additional thing to add is the quality of this is my first ever high quality prop. It's got an entirely metal structure in here, which is fantastic compared to the Sunstar junk. Next up is the I Love Fancy Dress Crawling Zombie, sold in 2018. I like it. It's a bit small, the eyes are poked in, the audio is very loud and annoying. But he's cool and he was one of my first, so I do kind of like him in a way. He's an OG in this collection. Next up is the Party City and Home Depot pop-up toaster. This is my this is my only US prop if you don't count Halloween costume stuff. I got this from eBay. I imported it for the ridiculous shipping cost of 50 quid. But the prop was only 18. I'm surprised I didn't get scammed. It arrived and it works beautifully and it's pretty much like new. Next is the Rangers 2023 Chef Chopping Skull Thingy, Skeleton Chef. He's fantastic. He's a great little tabletop. He seems to be quite good quality too. He's held up very nicely for being such a small prop. And being Sunstone, like he's actually pretty down solid. I really like him. I was gonna swap him or sell him this year for the cheeseburger, the haunted hamburger from Asda, but I decided against it because this guy's just so cool. This is also my only range prop to have in proper grammar. Animated skeleton chef chopping the head. Fantastic grammar of the range. Luckily they fixed it up in 2024 and they actually had somebody write it without spelling mistakes. Next is the Mad About Horror Bug Blender. I got this for Christmas. He is absolutely awesome. He's one of my favourite pop-up props of all time. You press the button, a bug comes out. I rewired mine to use a step pad or any other external button, which means this one doesn't work anymore, but I think that's a sacrifice that's worthy if it means I can use the step pad. Next up is pretty much the Rangers 2024 flagship prop, this haunted standing lady. This was my first ever life size. The head's a bit wonky. The bottom head came off and I had to glue it back on, and it has a Christmas tree base, which is well covered by this. She is pretty cool. I did realise how poorly built she was once I eventually got the Phantom and I saw that thing in an entirely metal frame. This thing looks puny in comparison to it with its leaning stature. Next up is the I Love Fancy Dress head-lifting skeleton. Mine one does not have the stock audio and has no audio at all because I took it off because it was the scared you didn't audio. If you know me, I hate that audio. You'll know I hate that audio is what I meant to say. He's really cool. It's a really cool effect and it actually is executed very well for a Sunstar prop. He's 3 foot tall and he's a hanger, which I'm not a fan of. I think it would be better if he was like a 3 foot prop. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Next up is by far my least favourite prop I own, the Asda 2024 Tombstone. Ugh, I hate this thing. This is made by Pack, which explains why it's so bad. And to all the Pack fans, you're just wrong. This Pack sucks. It's terrible quality as you've seen. Like the backing is absolutely awful. Luckily, I only got it for £8, and I'm not even sure I'd pay that again. It's not it. Like when I turn it on, you'll see that the limit switch is being misplaced just by using it, which is ridiculous. So when I turn it on, you're gonna see the head drop down. See, when I activate it, it's not gonna return all the way up like it used to. I actually have to turn it off for it to go all the way back up. And you're probably wondering, oh, maybe you have low batteries. That's not true because I used to run it on the battery adapter and it still wasn't going all the way down. So that's kind of pathetic and I really hate this thing. If you want it, give me a shout. I'll sell it to you for £5. I hate it. And finally, my third ever prop. This is the I Love Fancy Dress dropping spider. It's quite cool. It lights up. The audio is intermittent. There must be a loose wire or something because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Either that or the speakers are blowing because this thing is stupid loud for what it is. If this thing didn't have audio, I wouldn't be trying to sell it. It really needs to be a silent prop or just have the correct audio instead of the ghost wailing sounds. I'll show it now. It'll work. I think he's broken. Oh well, I can't demo him now then. He just drops down and he has all these LEDs that light up. He's pretty cool when he works. I'm considering replacing him with the Brick Thunder drop down clowns because those are really cool and they're actually a jump scare. And I am trying to make sure most of my collection is jump scares. Yeah, this has been my collection video and also kind of a haunt tour as well. Thanks for watching.